All right. There we go. Beautiful. YouTube was not letting me click the go live button. It like didn't want me to stream or something. I don't know. It was crazy. Come on, baby. Go to this thing. No, don't do that. Show me my chat. It never wants to show me my chat. There we go. There's my chat. Hello, ladies and gentlemen in chat. I always fight with my YouTube chat because it doesn't want to show me who's like. There's nothing. It's just empty. All right, sweet. Israel, what's up, dude? Welcome back, man. You're here every stream, dude. Every single stream. That's crazy. We need to give you like a badge or something for like stream loyalty. It's crazy. At the same time, other people are like, dude, I'm here all the time. Ed Fleming, I know I've seen you before. Ed's like, dude, I'm here all the time too, buddy. What's going on, man? What a jerk. Yeah, I'm sorry. Trinda, hello, how you doing? Traveling Ashlar just purchased the secret set of Game Mastery set last night. Sweet, dude. I hope you enjoy that, man. I have a bunch of those sitting on my shelf over there. I have several sets of like Secret Art of Game Mastery here. I have extra sets of some of my Layers and Legends stuff back on my bookshelf. And what I've been planning on doing, I never get around to it, is I've been planning on putting up some like limited edition like ones on my store where I actually sign them, because they're on my shelf, so I could literally sign them and then ship them somewhere, you know. I just haven't gotten around to it / had time to do it, but anyway, someday. Puppet Master's always lurking. Sweet. What's up, Goliath clerics in the house holding down the fort? Theodore Minnick. What's up, dude? You're almost like a mimic. Your last name is close to being mimic. Man, I bet you got made fun of in high school, didn't you? Or like middle school or in school. People, all the D&D nerds were probably calling you mimic, weren't they? And that's probably how you started playing D&D, because you got bullied over being a mimic. And you're like, actually, this is pretty cool. I don't mind this at all. Thank you very much. And then that was it. That's all she wrote. I probably just insulted you or something. I'm sorry. I'm a bad person. I don't know what to say. Anyway, cool name, man. Cool name. Squeaky's up here already, bugging me. Ellie Drew, hello. How you doing? Douglas Dingler, what up, dude? Brittany, hello, Brittany. Welcome to the stream. Nightbot's working. Hey, ever since we fired Stream Elements, Nightbot has always worked. Never had a problem. Sometimes it bonks people on the head for doing dumb stuff, but my theory is if you don't do dumb stuff, you won't get bonked on the head, right? Yeah, that's the way bot moderators work. Yeah. All right, so we should probably get this show on the road, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. Tonight we're reading horror stories, RPG horror stories, and like the majority of these are D&D horror stories. You read these. We're going to be reading. It's Reddit, RPG horror stories subreddit, and the majority of these that I read, I know they're D&D. You can just tell by reading it and what they talk about. But anyway, the D&D horror stories subreddit is like kind of a ghost town in comparison to the RPGs one. So we go to the RPGs one, whatever. So we're just going to be doing that tonight, and I'll be reacting and probably freaking out a little bit about stupid crap. That tends to happen a little bit. And then apparently Squeaky is going to be my co-streamer tonight. He'll be here. He'll probably bite me. I'll probably get upset and have to whack him a little bit. Right, Squeaky? Yeah. He's like, I know. All right, and Squeaky's knocking over my candles. What a jerk. We have a giveaway going on, ladies and gentlemen, too. We will draw the winner at the end of the live stream. It's free. You just go enter your information, your name, and crap like that, and then we'll draw a winner. The winner will get $50 DM Lair store credit. So we have Layers and Legends, we got Secret Art of Game Mastery, we have Lair Magazine, we have Foundry Packs, we have whole bunches and gobs of stuff that you can use in your D&D games and your Pathfinder 2 games as well. Over on the dmlayer.com, our store, and the winner of the giveaway tonight will get $50 to go grab some cool crap off from there. I should give one of you my cat. We should have a giveaway for Squeaky. Squeaky, do you want to be in a giveaway? You just give him away. And then when you watch my stream, you'd have to put him so he can watch me, and then he'll be like, what happened to my human? My human shipped me away in a box. That wasn't very nice. Yeah. You'd be okay. You'd have fun. You'd enjoy it. They'd be nice to you. Somebody would be nice to you. Yeah. Nixit, hello, what's up, dude? How you doing, buddy? Slaughterhouse, hello, what's up, man? Nathaniel Benj, what's up? Dice Quake, hello, how you doing? Diabolical DM, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. I have seen Diabolical DM around. Nick P, what up, dude? Squeaky's a level 10 bard. I had a patron email me a question, or send me a question about, he was asking about the bard in the D&D movie, the most recent D&D movie. Whatever his name is, Captain Kirk, whoever played Captain Kirk, that bard in the D&D movie. I always forget his name. He was like the best Captain Kirk. Oh, holy crap! In the remakes, oh, he did such a crazy good job. It was great. The casting in general for the most recent Star Treks were mind-bogglingly awesome. Whoever cast all those actors did a great job. Anyway, they were asking me what class Captain Kirk played in the D&D movie. Chris Pine, thank you. There we go. I'm just gonna call him Captain Kirk. Chris Pine. They were like, what class did Chris Pine play? And I'm like, a bard. You know, he basically, like, he talked a lot and he was mostly worthless. Didn't have a lot of skills. You know. Yeah, that's a bard. I don't like bards. 5th edition bards are horrible in my opinion. They're just boring as crap. You're just like cutting words. Oh, cutting words. Ooh, I'll do cutting words again. Or I don't know. I hate bards. But he actually did cast a spell because the guy who responded, he was like, I don't think he was a bard because he never cast any spells. And he did cast a spell in the movie. It was the one where he was like an illusion or something. You know, he cast the illusion of himself singing a song to distract all the guards. And then his illusion started glitching. It was like glitching out and stuff. So that was a spell. And that's typical bard spell. Unless your bard takes Destructive Wave from the paladin. It's a 5th level paladin spell that paladins don't get access to until 17th level. But if your bard gets it at like, whenever he gets the secret lore one or whatever, if he gets that at like level 11 or something, you get access to a spell that does like, what is it, 10d20 damage at a level when you shouldn't have access to it. It's like, yeah, that was a huge oversight in game design, but okay. So they do have, okay, they have a good spell if they steal it from a different class, I suppose. Anyway, not a fan of bards. Really, that was the sorcerer? Oh, the sorcerer cast that? Okay, I must have missed that. Okay, that's fair. All right. I also want to tell you guys about these beautiful candles. So I've been using these candles for over a year now, I believe. I don't keep track of it, but these candles right here, Firelight Fables candles, and we have a link down in the chat and the description. You can check these things out. But these things are beautiful. I have a couple different use cases for these that I use them for. One, I have lots of pets. I have 7 cats now and a dog. And if you have pets, you know that your house probably doesn't smell super great all the time. These are scented candles, and they are awesome. I burn one of these candles whenever I play D&D in my house or Pathfinder 2, in part because they smell really good, but also in part because it covers up my, like, the cat odor. I think it does. I hope it does. That's part of the intention of it. But they smell really awesome. They come in different scents. Like this one is Realm of Shadow. This is one of my favorites. Yep, this is one of my favorites. I like Realm of Shadow, and I also have the other one. Dungeon Delve is another one I like. These are D&D scented candles. You can get these. There's a link. You can get them. This one's good too. This is almost empty, but I have another one. I told the lady who sends these to me, I was like, I'm getting low on Dungeon Delve. I need more, so I have more. And then they just released a different pack of these things. There's tons of these things. Like there's Captain's Quarters. What's this smell like? That was pretty good. Captain's Quarters, and then we have Shipwreck Isle. All different types of scents. That was pretty good. I like that. By the way, you might be able to see this. These are wooden wicks. Wooden wicks. So they burn really cool. They have this like flicker to them and stuff. Really cool. And then the wax, this is not soy wax. This is coconut apricot wax. Which apparently, what I was told, is that soy wax can mess with people's like, it can irritate people. I don't know if it irritates like their lungs or their eyes, or I don't remember what the person was telling me. Somebody was telling me that soy wax can irritate people. And so this is made from coconut apricot wax, which apparently doesn't, which is great for my wife too, because I used to burn, I love burning candles, whatever, I don't know why, it's crazy. But I used to burn, I used to get these cheap soy candles at Aldi. Have you guys seen these? You go to Aldi, I go to Aldi. I get most of our food from Aldi because it's like cheap, and I'm not gonna just waste my money on expensive stuff when I don't have to. But I used to get all these cheap soy candles from Aldi, and I would burn them because I like scented candles, and then my wife would be like, that stuff is nasty, it's bothering me, because it would get through the house, you know, and she'd be like, ah. And so now I do these, and since I've started burning these like nice premium candles, she's not complained at all. In fact, the other day she was down here, I have a cabinet right over there, I can't show it to you because it's off camera. I have a cabinet over there, and I've got a whole bunch of these candles now, because I keep getting sent more. And I told my wife, I was like, you gotta like look through these candles and see which ones you like, and then pick the ones you like. And so she found one that she liked called Astral Plane. And so now that is sitting up in our kitchen. And yes, no, this morning, she had it burning this morning. And I was like, you like that, don't you? And she's like, yeah, that smells good. So now she's got candles going upstairs. But anyway, if you guys want some premium, awesome D&D scented candles, go over to Firelight Fables candles and grab some. They have tons and tons of scents, and they also come in different sizes too. Like, these are the big jars. You can get the big jars. They have a smaller tin. They probably have ounces listed. This is a 5.3 ounce tin, and then they have a 2.7 ounce as well. So you can get smaller ones as well. I think they have like packages of them as well, where you can just get like an entire theme that they released or something. So anyway, these are super cool. The one that I'm burning right now is, well, it's not literally burning, but Alchemist's Poison. What I do is I grab a tin and then I just burn through it until it's done. Yeah, that's good. Alchemist's Poison is the one I'm working on right now. And I'll put these things on in the morning when I'm working, or if I'm planning for a D&D session, or whenever. And I'll also burn it during my games as well. But anyway, grab yourself some candles. Ooh, this one's cool. Mermaid Lagoon. Some of these have really pretty colors too. Come on, move your butt. All right, let's read some stories. There's one called PC's Tears. Really? There's a scented candle called PC's Tears? Oh, that's cool. There's a sack of orc scented candles. I don't even know about these. Hold on, let's go take a look at these. Let's go take a look at these really quick. You guys are naming, I didn't even know they had these things. Firelight Fables candles. Oops. It was there. It was there. And then I missed it. Here we go. They had orc sack? You kidding me? Where's the orc sack? Orc sack. I don't see the orc sack, dude. I don't see an orc sack. Oh, you wish. Oh, you wish there was one. Oh, okay. Oh, for the PC's Tears? Oh, you were just joking. Oh man, I thought you were serious. I was like, if there's one called Orc Sack, I'm gonna I will literally email her and be like, Casey, I need a candle. I need your Orc Sack candle. I don't know what that smells like, but I need to get that. And the one that is called PC's Tears. Oh, that should be suggestions. Oh, that should be totally suggestions. They need to have a candle called PC's Tears. Oh, that would be cool. Special request. Burning Bard. We should brainstorm scents for her, so she could be like, all right, we got to get Orc Sack and then PC's Tears and have a bunch of cool ones. Yeah. Brady says 10% of Luke's stream should be dedicated to showing off his cats. I'm pretty sure they already are. Squeaky is always patrolling around. I have another cat down here. This is Mommy. You want to come up here? Yeah? Come on. You are a pain in the butt. This is Mommy. This is Mommy too. She's adorable. Squeaky's gonna sniff her butt. Yep, take advantage of it. Sniff her butt while you can. Someday she's not gonna let you. All right, get out of the way. All right, you're done. Okay, let's do this. Reddit. Subreddit. We gotta go read horror stories. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Usually I kind of pick some out ahead of time, but I was like, you know what? We should just scroll through and pick out the ones we want to read, and just see what happens. Goliath says, I'm not sure if y'all buy enough of them. Oh, if y'all buy enough of them, Luke will eventually get the juice to ask for new candle flavors for you all. I might, yeah. I could be like, I have lots of people that want orc sack. We need orc sack. And Casey's gonna be like, what does that smell like, Luke? We don't know. We're gonna leave that to you, but you give us orc sack and Luke will buy it and he will have it on his stream. The cat t-shirt. Oh, where is this? It's just a cat behind a Game Master screen with some dice and stuff. Yeah. Like I recently got a new batch of shirts for my videos and stuff. Because my wife was like, Luke, you've been wearing those same shirts in your videos for like a couple years now. You need to get new shirts. And I was like, okay. And so I went on Amazon and I just looked for D&D shirts and anyone that had a cat on it, I was like, I'm gonna have to buy that one. And then that's kind of what I did. All right, we should probably go over here and do our Reddit thing. All right, well, let's go to here. Whoop, whoop, and then let's stretch this just a little bit, right to there, and then should zoom in. Whew, there we go. Okay, so this is what we got. I sorted this. So I sorted this by the top posts from this week. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Okay. Some of these we're not gonna be able to read because it has words in it that will probably get me in trouble with YouTube. So we're probably just not gonna read some of these, and it's probably inappropriate anyway. This does not have any tags on it like it should. But anyway, that's probably, this is a very bad, I'm sure this is a horrible, horrible horror story that you should, yeah, never do that. Okay, now this one, okay, let's look at this one. Why do I have this dumb sidebar over here? I should get rid of the stupid sidebar. Oh, and then I get the other sidebar. What if I zoom in a little bit? There we go. Now it's bigger. There we go. Okay. Player decries campaign setting as unrealistic because it lacked racism and misogyny. This is a long one. How long is this? Well, I mean, I've read longer. So a few years back, I responded to a posting on Roll20. The group was looking for a DM for a streaming project they were planning on starting. Being comfortable streaming, I replied, throwing out the type of game I run and a brief overview of the setting I like to use. Eventually, we met in Discord and they decided to give me a try. So the group was looking for a game master. It's like, we want a game master who will stream the game for us. It's like, not only do you have to be the game master, but you gotta stream it for us because we want to stream it. This is really weird. This is really weird. I don't know. It just seems like I would never say us to that. It's like, what? Anyway, whatever. I'm not going into specifics about the entire group as they don't really matter in this story. The one player that does matter though, Jen, for the sake of the story. She wanted to play a female barbarian and provided me with 6 pages of backstory, which I would have never read. I would have probably been like, if you can give me 1 page, I'll get through 1 page, but I'm probably not going to read 6 pages. Please don't misunderstand me. I have no issue with players that are involved with their character, and presenting it to me and ensuring it was okay for game is my preference. Her character was interesting as she was born into a male-dominated clan, but had the mark of the leader. She faked her way into the trials of maturity, which was only for male clan members, proving her strength, etc. It was trope, but honestly very well written. Our first session started well. The character had loose connections to each other, with Jen's being tied to Dawn, the half-orc druid character who she met upon arriving in the civilized lands. 2 things occurred to me as we played. Jen was playing her character with a gender chip on her shoulder. When her actions were questioned, her default statement was, because I am female. It wasn't annoying and actually created a number of laughs. 4 out of the 6 characters were female, which made her claims of being targeted because she was female even funnier. The other thing I noticed was Dawn rarely seemed to get a chance to interact in the first session. Jen would always do the talking for her. Okay, so Dawn is another player who's not getting to talk. She's the druid, okay. Okay. When we finished the first session, I went over notes, clarified some of the rule tweaks that came up during play, etc. I commented I liked the way Jen played up her gender chip. Jen said it's not hard with the world stacked against females. I clarified that it wasn't, and she more or less brushed me off. When I asked Dawn if she was uncomfortable with dialogue, she said no, but since she was playing a half-orc, she didn't want racial bias to hurt the group. Confused, I explained that the world, or at least the part of it they are in, doesn't harbor racial insecurities except to gnomes. Long story. Gnomes, I know. I'm running my Pathfinder 2 game right now, Thieves Abound. I'm running in Eberron, and it's set in a town that's in the Marar Holds, which is mostly dwarven land. And to the west of the Marar Holds is, there's some sort of plains. I forget the name of the plains, but it's dominated by halflings and dinosaurs. It's halflings and dinosaurs. And in the lore that I created for this part of the area, the halflings that live in that area, in that country, they like exile a lot of their criminals. And then a whole bunch of their criminals went to the Marar Holds in Frostmantle, which is the central city hub for my group. And so in Frostmantle, it's mostly dwarves. Well, there's a lot of different races there because it's kind of an adventuring hub as well, but it's still mostly dwarves because you're in the Marar Holds. But halflings who have been exiled from their homeland for being criminals have begun to settle in Frostmantle as well. And they're in like this specific ward of Frostmantle. And so there is extreme bias, prejudice, racism from the dwarves against the halflings. The total bias. The dwarves don't like halflings in Frostmantle, right? And so I'm always playing on that. And I've positioned the dwarves as being not exactly the nicest of people, and the halflings are not nice either. The halflings are little murder hobos, essentially. But my players love the halflings, and I've made the halflings like I don't know how it all started, but they like the halflings like them, and it's just great. And the halflings always want to kill dwarves, and the dwarves are always being mean to halflings and stuff. So I have this whole little thing going on between dwarves and halflings in there. So I don't know. It's not really related to this horror story, but there you go. Have fun with that. I need a drink. All right. Oh, that's why. Because they said that it doesn't harbor racial insecurity except in gnomes. All right. Well, that triggered my story. I also clarified that this had been mentioned in my write-up of the world I had sent out. Jen chimed in that she was handling things because orcs usually are treated poorly in normal settings. I simply reiterated that it was not true for my setting and felt like Jen brushed it off again. Second session doubled down on the trope. Jen made sure to accuse most NPCs of undervaluing her and the group because of their female status. I would get so tired of this in a game if this constantly came up. It would, especially if it wasn't true in the world, and somebody was just making it up and reinforcing the same thing over and over again. I would just get so tired of this. It would get really old really fast to me. She accused the guard of racism when they arrested Dawn, who was discovered standing over a vagrant's decapitated body. The session was... No, it's not. If somebody's standing over a decapitated body, it's, like, whoa, how are you involved type of thing. It's not racism, it's logical. The session was fine till the end when the group discovered the big boss for the small adventure was a hag. The group defeated her using a MacGuffin, got the hook for the next adventure, and everything ended on a good note. We met up in Discord a day later to discuss things going forward. Jen came out and said she felt I was a poor fit for the group as my game world lacked the realism they were looking for. Oh, that's right. This is a game master for hire. That's right. I remember now. So he's kind of being interviewed almost. And now Jen is saying that he's not a good fit. And the game world lacked the realism they were looking for. Okay. Well, Jen's not exactly being a great contributor to this group either, in my opinion. When I asked the others, most said they had a good time, but needed a DM they all enjoyed. Good luck. This is ridiculous. This is stupid. You will never, ever, ever This bunch of moronic players is never going to find a DM that does things so that everyone enjoys it. Like, so this is what the game, it's not the game master, instead of just running a game that they want to run and enjoy and stuff, they also have to like make sure that every player at all time is enjoying every part of the game. Otherwise, they're going to be asked to leave or something. This is horse crap, man. Those are it's an impossible thing to ask of a game master. Like, he's like, you're 2 sessions in, you know, and it's like, well, you know, not everybody's enjoying it all the time. I have a feeling that Jen's not enjoying it. Jen's not enjoying it. She sounds like an idiot to me. Jen came out and said she felt I was a poor fit for the group as my game will lack the realism they were looking for. When I asked the others, most said that they had a good time but needed a GM they all enjoyed. So everybody's having fun and enjoying it but Jen. But if you're not making Jen happy, then sorry, it's not going to work out. Jen told me a fantasy world lacked misogyny. Jen told me that a fantasy world lacking misogyny invalidated her character's story. Oh, now I have to craft my world so that it validates your story. How about you create a character that fits in the world that I'm running the game in? How about that? Can you try that on for size, you moron? I mean, the Game Master was brought in to run a game for them, so I guess he's got to do what they say, otherwise he can't be the Game Master, but he's doing all the work. You chumps just show up and play the game, and then you give him a hard time, and you... Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm probably biased toward Game Masters. Or I'm biased against this Jen person. She also felt like I purposely made male characters more accepting to turn her character's struggle into comedy relief. You're an idiot. So you want every male to be misogynistic? Like so the only way your character can be validated is for every male in the world to be a misogynist and to treat your female character poorly. That's the only way we can validate you or something? So if there's any male characters that are just rational, normal human beings, well, that's a problem for your character because we're not validating your character, your backstory. This is so stupid. She also felt like a world without racism toward orcs was simply lazy and lacked representative struggle against oppression. You're a moron. So stupid. Why does it have to be racism toward orcs? You know, and it's a fantasy world. You could have racism toward other things. You know, it doesn't have to be racism. It could just be bias because of something else without it having to do with race or something, you know? I don't know. It's just so stupid. Her brain is she has like a narrow concept of what the world has to be, this fantasy world, and it needs to be this. Why isn't she the game master? Literally, why is she not the game master? Because she probably doesn't want to put the work in, or she doesn't know what the crap she's doing. Why doesn't she just make her own world and run the game? Man, then she can have every male be misogynistic pig, and then everyone can be racist against orcs, and there can be racism all over the place, you know, and then you can throw any other thing you want. You can have class battle, class struggles, you can do the whole works. Just run the game, Jen. Run the game, Jen. Instead, you have your group who's like, none of us can game master, we need a game master. And this dude comes in, he's like, yeah, I'll game master. I'll even stream it for you. Okay, cool. You know, and then Jen's pulling this crap. Oh my gosh, she's an idiot. I thank them for the game before getting booted from the Discord. Why are you thanking them for the game? You gave them the game. They played in your game, and then everybody was having fun except for Jen, and they kicked you to the curb. I bet you they're gonna do this time and time again. I 100% guarantee you that every game master who agrees to go in there and run a game for these morons, Jen's gonna have a problem with them. And Jen's gonna be like, nope, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. And then that person's gonna get kicked out too. It's stupid. You guys need to get rid of Jen. Jen's the problem. She's the problem. She's the problem player that should be kicked out. And you guys are gonna be game masterless forever as long as you have Jen in your group. But it sounds like Jen's doing all the talking, so Jen probably has like a what do you call it, an alpha personality, where you're like, you know, I don't know what you want to call it, but you're like outspoken and you have a strong personality type you know, you probably, you know, yeah, you domineer the group or something. I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. She probably has that like personality type. And the other players are probably not going to do anything about it. And so she's just going to ruin every game for them. Good job. Good call having Jen in your group. Last I heard, I was the third. Look at this. I was so right. I was so right. Look at this. I still gamed with 2 of the other players who asked to join one of my other games. You see, this game master was running a decent game and 2 of the other players wanted to join his game. Last I heard, I was the 3rd DM and they were up to the 5th and still hadn't started streaming as of a year later. It's because of Jen. I'm telling you, I'm not stupid. I've been doing this for a while. It's Jen. And this is you don't have to be a game master for this. This is just recognizing, you know, in a social dynamic that there are certain people that are just idiots, you know, and it's never going to work. You know, this is not game master. This is just wisdom or experience or just being able to read the room or something, you know, but this is going to keep happening. They're just going to churn through DMs because of Jen. And eventually some of these players are going to grow brains and kick Jen out of the group. Holy crap, man. So I guess I have 2 questions. First, giving the information I provided, is it possible to by not having my NPCs act sexist, I invalidated or mocked your character unknowingly? Who freaking cares, dude? It's your game world. Run your game the way you want it, man. 2, what in the heck is representative struggle against oppression? I mean, I'm guessing that what that probably means is that historically, like, there are usually oppressed people groups, and they're usually oppressed by somebody who's in power, and then, you know, the oppressed people group struggles against the person in power. That's probably what that means, you know, and so that's what she wanted. She wanted to be the oppressed person who was struggling against somebody in power, and she wanted to do that through like misogyny, you know, and so she wanted you to have the males in society oppressing the females so that she could have this representative struggle against oppression. I'm guessing that's what she meant by that. That'd be my guess as to what she was going for. Too long didn't read. Accused of turning strong female character concept into comic relief by using a campaign setting without misogyny. Also accused of lazy world building by not having NPCs who are racist toward half-orc player. Yeah, you were accused by an idiot. Whenever an idiot accuses you of something, you just kind of like brush it off and you're like, whatever. Don't worry about it. It's an idiot. What are you gonna do? You can't make him happy. You can't make him happy. She should change her name to Karen. Yes, Dr. Panda Man says she should change her name to Karen. Oh my gosh. 100%. Crazy nutsos. Brittany says, if they want someone to deal with all that, they better have been paying well. Oh yeah, well, I mean, yes, absolutely. They should have been paying this guy to put up with that crap. I mean, if they were paying someone, I do paid game mastering. And if someone were to approach me and say, this is exactly the type of game we want to play, and we're willing to pay you for it, you know, I would consider that. And if the group explicitly was like, this is what we want, and we'll pay you for it, like, okay, I mean, fair. I mean, I might not agree to it. Depends on if it's, here goes my dog. If it's a game I don't want to run, I'd probably still say no, you know, unless I really needed the money for whatever reason. But it's fair if you're paying for it, for the game master to run the game you want, because the group is paying for it, right? I think that's fair to have that if it's a paid game. But if it's not a paid game, then and you want them to be streaming and stuff and doing all this crap, oh, good gravy. Sounds like Jen's a bully. Oh yeah, 100%. I pegged Jen for a bully. She's a super strong personality and she just runs people over. That's her personality. Yeah. Interesting. It's super interesting. She's the one that wants to have the things that she wanted in this game and her personality type. It's really interesting how you got that combination. I probably shouldn't say more about that. Tom Sharp, thank you, Tom, for the super chat. Tom says, I come for the DM tips, I stay for the squeaky bites. Yeah, there was a point not too long ago here Squeaky was just like nibbling on me while I was talking the whole time. This is what he does now. Have you guys noticed this? Like in the last several streams, Squeaky just sits here almost the entire time. He's just perched right next to me. And then he'll probably bite me. Start biting me again. But he's started to do this a lot. Nixon says, I'm not your therapist, Jen. Bye-bye. I know, dude. I don't know if I don't know if there was a session 0 or not, but look at the session zeros have their purpose, right? And I tend to do session zeros unless it's with my friends because we all know each other, and our session zeros are mostly just like, okay, get your characters created. All right, let me answer questions about the world and stuff and talk about the campaign, and okay, let's start playing, you know. But it sounds like, I don't know. I don't know that a session 0 would have protected anyone from Jen. You know, like session 0s can do some good, but not if you got a Jen in your group. I don't think so. So, by the way, guys, we have a giveaway going on tonight. Please join the giveaway, sign up for the giveaway. I mean, if you want to win, you have to sign up for it. I mean, you don't have to, but we are giving away $50 DM Lair store credit. We have crazy amounts of awesome 5th edition and Pathfinder 2 content over there. We have Lair's Legends and Loot and Lore, big fat books full of resources you can use in your games. We have Foundry packs, we have map packs, we have Lair magazine is over there. Lots of cool stuff over there. So the winner of the giveaway will get $50 DM Lair store credit. So you can join the giveaway. There should be a link down in the chat. I don't think I have a moderator anymore. I'm probably gonna have to put links in the chat myself. Hold on a second. Giveaway. There we go. I did a link for you all. I think it worked. Hopefully it works. Nightbot was working. Come on, Nightbot. There we go. Nightbot's working. I can count on Nightbot. It's really good. Also, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to check out some of these awesome candles. If you like candles, scented candles. I gotta see if I can turn this properly. These are the candles that I use, Firelight Fables candles. I burn these during all of my Pathfinder 2 games. This is the one right now, Alchemist Poison, that I'm burning right now. Whenever in the morning usually, or when I'm working on a D&D adventure, or when I'm just working on stuff in general, I usually have this sucker going right here. Beautiful, amazing scents. They come in tons of different ones. They're all fantasy scented. So we have Shipwreck Isle, we have Alchemist Poison, and there's a link that down in the chat right now. Where you can go get these things. They have little tins. Like this one is Enchanted Wine. Dungeon Delve. This is one of my favorite scents. I love this one, Dungeon Delve. You can tell I like it because it's gone, and I had to order a new one. And so now I have a little tin of this stuff up there. And then where's the other one? Realm of Shadow. This is another one of my favorite ones. And these all smell amazing. Oh my gosh, that's so good. And it fills your house up. So like if you have like cats like I do that like, you know, do bad things in your house and give pet odors, then these will cover it up when you have friends over or when you're running a game. Or just if you don't want to put up with it. It's also, they have wooden wicks. So wooden wicks, it's all burnt up and stuff, but it's a wooden wick, which has like a cool flicker and stuff when it's like burning. And the wax is not soy wax. This is premium wax. It's coconut apricot wax, which is really nice. It burns really well, and it doesn't like aggravate your senses like eyes and lungs and crap. It's like gentle and crap. So I don't know. I never had any problems with soy candles. My wife did. And ever since I started burning these candles, she's not complained about the odor filling the house. She likes the scents, but also the soy candles tend to irritate her or something. So I don't know, but these ones don't. So anyway, go check these things out. These are super cool. I use these all the time. And these are like really high quality. And the other cool thing is that when Casey sends these to you, she's the owner. When she sends these things to you, you're going to get like little cards and little cool things. Like one of the things that I got when these were sent to me was like a little scroll in a bottle type of thing. Just the coolest little things. So she puts really cool touches on these. It's really cool. All right, let's find some more of these bad boys. The horror stories. Squeaky left when you called him smelly. I know. He's a turd. You can't wait to get the special edition covers next year? Which special edition covers? for Lairs and Legends 2. Yeah, those are awesome. Those came out so amazing. Let's see. Where is this sucker? There we go. All right, we did that one. Oh, here's a cool one. I found this one earlier. We should read this one. I let my boyfriend dungeon master and I regretted it. It's a long one. How long is it? How long is it? Oh, it's not that bad. I've had some before that were like really long. At the time, me and boyfriend, now my ex, were dating. Of course, now my ex. Like, there's like a 90% or higher chance that your boyfriend is eventually going to be your ex. It's just the way, statistically, it's like the way it works. Come on, come on, come on. We were both really into D&D, and I had always wanted to play, but never got a chance to. And my boyfriend really wanted to DM, but never got a chance. So we thought it was perfect opportunity for a practice campaign. I was so wrong. I had not played D&D before, so I didn't know the questions to ask. Oh, this is the sad thing too, because when people they've never played the game before, and then the first time they play it, it sucks because for whatever reason, whether it's the game master, whether it's player, and then they have a bad experience, and that's always super unfortunate. The first red flag presents itself when they tell me nothing about the campaign, and only that this is homebrew, and the world is very evil. Okay. And the boyfriend had never played before either? Oh, the boyfriend wanted to DM, but never got a chance. So it sounds like the boyfriend had been a player before, but had not DM'd before. So it was their first time being a dungeon master. Which, fair enough, I thought at the time, not thinking about asking more questions. I never asked what rules they had changed or new things they had implemented because of this, I ended up asking more questions than participating in RP. My character's name was Mistake, since they were half-elf rogue. All right. Now that we got the preface out of the way, the campaign started with Mistake knocked out and having amnesia, being unable to recall what happened last night and missing all their starting gear and supplies. Investigation check happens and they see a little boy holding their bag of stuff. Miss chases them and is led to a gambling den. In the gambling den, she tries to charm them, but that doesn't work. So Miss challenges them to a game of dice. Why don't you just take the bag from them? They literally took your bag of stuff. Why are you gonna try to charm them to get it back or try to gamble with them to get it back? Take it back. Dude, if a little boy has a bag of my stuff, I'm taking it back from him. It doesn't make any sense, but okay. Whatever, it's your character. I don't want to be the guy that tells you how to run your character. I guess your character is not going to do anything about thievery. Your character is going to like jump through hoops and bend over backwards to like capitulate to the demands of thieves or something. Okay, but that's your character. I suppose I should just let you run your character. After seeing the father of the child pulls out his own dice. Okay, so the father's there? Why don't you talk to the father? And the father's like, nah, I'm gonna let him keep him. Why don't you just take... This is D&D, dude. It's D&D. Okay. The father, not the boy. You don't, just take out the dad because he won't discipline his own child, or he taught his child to do it, and then the boy can learn a lesson, and then you take your stuff back. It's pretty simple. That's probably not very nice. But the boy shouldn't have stole your crap, and his dad is supporting it. So it's his dad should take care of business and make sure his son isn't a delinquent. Is my opinion. Anyway, let's keep reading. After seeing the father of the child pulls out his own dice, she pulls out a pair of loaded dice and insists they play with her dice. Instead, they roll the dice and find out they are loaded, through to which Mistake quickly announces that they got the pair confused and it was his dice that were actually loaded. This is like, yeah, aggressive negotiations. Exactly. It's getting too complicated. You could have just get aggressive, get violent, and you don't have to mess with this stupid crap. I rolled for deception and got a nat 20. Everyone believed her and was confused. After failing one of the 10 skill checks I rolled in the gambling den, Miss was knocked out by the gang of gamblers. Okay, so you just failed one of them and you got knocked out. That seems a little harsh. You're doing really well and then you missed one and now it's all over. That's stupid. Oh gosh, are you kidding me? Oh, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised that it has to go here. Here's where things get worse, and warning if you are triggered by SA and R. I encourage you to read no farther. Oh my gosh, this is so stupid. Apparently Miss woke up in a fountain without clothes. She had been gang R and had things drawn on her in marker. Oh my gosh, this is so stupid. I can't believe people put this crap in their games. This is so stupid. This is your boyfriend? Why aren't you breaking up with him right now? Like, this would be the time, like, in the middle of the game to be like, we're done, we're through. Like, we want to play D&D and this is where your brain goes? Like, this is what you put in your fantasy world? Like, you're the game master, I'm your girlfriend, and my character gets knocked out, and this is what you have happen to my character. What is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with your brain? What goes on up here that this is where you take things? Like, just imagine, you don't know what this guy is doing. If this is what he does in his role-playing game with his girlfriend, you don't know what this guy is doing. What a turd. Oh my gosh. Or this is the type of thing that he thinks about, but he doesn't do it in real life, and so he does it in a role-playing game. But holy crap, this is the kind of stuff he thinks about and comes up with. You know, like, I would seriously consider a relationship with a guy like this. Holy crap. What a horrible human being. My gosh. You're like, well, it's just a fantasy role-playing game. Yeah, but you're thinking about that stuff and you're putting it in your game. Like, that says a lot about your character as a person, as a human being. Jeez, man. With your girl and your girlfriend. It's your girlfriend's character. She should have kicked him between the legs and left the game. That's what she should have done. And let him puke his brains out on the floor. And he would have got what he had coming. What a turd. Okay. Immediately I'm told to roll a D100, which I do, and I get a 92. I thought it was a very good roll, in which the DM informs me, yeah, your character definitely has an STD. Oh my gosh, it's freaking ridiculous. This is crap, dude. This is the kind of horse crap that people put in their games. Wow. You'll need to go to a clinic. Do you want to go to a clinic? Why are we role-playing this stuff? What is wrong with people? Oh my gosh. And then there's a flirty nurse that hits on her. Why are you still playing this game? What's wrong with you? Why are you not leaving this game? Are you kidding me? Oh, really? Oh, really? At this point, I had noticed sexual undertones throughout the story, but it was getting harder and harder to ignore the longer it went on. Really? The moment you woke up having been R, you should have realized that, oh yeah, there's something going on here. I probably don't want to play anymore. Holy crap, man. This is crazy. It's crazy that someone puts this in their game, and it's crazy that another person doesn't leave the game immediately. Do I need to keep reading? Does it matter? Like, does it matter what they say after this? So they're at a train station. There's some more crap in here. Like, there's just some more absolute garbage. I don't even know what the heck this is. I think I'm done reading this. Oh, here we go. What is wrong? Holy crap. I don't think any of this is normal. And are you freaking kidding me? You don't think it's normal? You don't think it's normal? No, it's not normal. Holy crap. How can you not know that? I mean, everybody has different experiences in life, you know, but to question whether it's normal or not is shocking. I think this qualifies as a horror story. Yes. What makes it worse is that I'm pretty sure they were using the campaign to satisfy their CNC. I don't know what that means. There's probably something bad. Kink. And I'm pretty sure they were getting off on it secretly. Oh, that's disgusting. I don't think any of this is normal. I think this qualifies as a horror story. Yes, you need to stop hanging out with these people. Don't hang out with people like this. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yes. Look at number 1 upvoted comment. You stayed for a lot longer than I'd expect after the DM says, so you were R and got STD off screen. Let's head to the clinic. Yeah. Why would you stay there? Maybe this is why I like online games so much. In person, it's hard to leave. But online, after the DM says this, you hang up the phone. I've left in-game in-person games before for various reasons. I was at a convention game once, and it was horrible, and I just left. I just was like, well, first of all, the first thing I did is I had to go to the bathroom, and I did, but I walked through the vendor hall for about a half an hour afterwards before I got back to the game, and then I sat at the game for, I don't know, 20 more minutes, and I was like, this is crazy, man. Why am I doing this? And then I was like, I think we were about 2 hours into a 4-hour game, and I was like, I'm sorry guys, I need to leave. And I left. I left. I just got up and left. It wasn't because it was just a bad game. They weren't doing anything wrong or horrible. It was just a bad game. I left. And then I was a little traumatized too. The next day I was supposed to be in a game. I'd signed up for a game, and I was like, I don't want to go to another game that's horrible. And so I skipped that game, even though I signed up for it. Because I was like, I want to be in a bad game again. No, I don't want to have to do that. Because it's uncomfortable to do that, to leave in the middle of it, and I feel bad about it and stuff. So anyway, I just didn't go. But yeah, why didn't you just leave? I mean, you're in person, it's your boyfriend and stuff, but it's, oh my gosh, who cares what they think about you? Who cares what people like this think about you? This is like scum of the earth. And you care what they think about you. Just leave the game. Man. Yes. Yes, so glad to hear he's your ex. I hope you get to play real D&D with people who aren't scumbags. Yes. Play real D&D with people who aren't scumbags. Yes. Who aren't scumbags. That's the key. You're hanging out with scumbags. Oh my gosh. Okay. I remember being young and wanting to seem like the cool girl, so I just put up with all the weird crap from a game master and his group, and went along with it to prove it didn't bother me. Yeah, there was some psychological horse crap and like fitting in with the crowd and social acceptance garbage going on. Yeah, that's fair. After a while, I realized that some of these dudes were trying to use me to fuel whatever fetish they had, and the other half were actively horrible to my character because they were using her to get back at the women they felt wronged by, so I stopped playing with those guys. Yeah. I have a feeling that the OP is a pretty young person. I think the OP is probably, she's got to be a teenager or something, and she's pretty young. Good gravy. It's not normal. Jeez, that's so messed up. So messed up. Wow. Ray says, it sounds like the guy was gaslighting her or something. I hate to think what her life is like if she questions whether it's okay or not. And that's the sad thing, dude. That's the sad thing, because man, can you imagine what her life is like, that she wonders if that's normal or not? That is so sad. I'm watching it's a documentary. I'm watching a documentary right now about a guy who grows up in a messed up family. His mother is a drug addict, and just lots of messed up stuff going on in his life. And I'm watching this right now, and it's called Hillbilly Effigy. And I'm watching it, and I'm just like, wow, that dude's life is growing up and stuff. That was rough, man. And I was thinking, I've got it good.
I've got it so good. I haven't had to deal with any horse crap like that, really, you know. So yeah, but there are people that are going through some really bad crap or have family problems and stuff like that, and they think that this might be normal, and it's not normal, and it's definitely a horror story. So it's crazy.
I hope she has someone safe around her to help her. I hope she has someone who can tell her that that's not normal and to like get her away from all those horrible guys she's hanging out with. Nothing good is gonna happen to you when you hang out with people like that. There's a saying, I don't know who said it, but I remember there's a thing that basically says that you are the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. In other words, whoever you spend your time with, they're going to rub off on you, and you're going to become like them for various reasons. Part of it is this social need to fit in and be part of the group, you know, but whoever you spend a bunch of time with, you're going to be like them. And so if you spend your time with people like this, you're going to end up like them. It's just the thing that happens. It happens. So yeah, you got to stay away from sleaze bags like this. All right. Whew. Copper says the Booker movie by J.D. Vance. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it's called Hillbilly Effigy. I've been listening to the soundtrack for a long time because the soundtrack was really catchy. And then I noticed it on Netflix the other day, and I was like, wait a second, because the soundtrack, when you go on, I listen to YouTube music for the soundtracks. The soundtrack has like, you know, the picture on the movie Dust Jacket or whatever. And then when I saw the movie on Netflix, I was like browsing through and I saw it on Netflix. I was like, hey, I recognize that picture. I listened to the soundtrack for that. And then I started watching the movie and I was like, oh, cool. This is interesting. So it's fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to sign up for the giveaway. There should be a link down in the chat where you can get yourself in on $50 DM Lair store credit. We will draw the winner at the end of the giveaway. And also, don't forget to check out these wonderful candles by Firelight Fables Candles. This one is Dungeon Delve. This is one of my favorite scents. My other favorite scent right now is Realm of Shadow. I like this one a lot also. And where'd my alchemist poisons go? This is the one that I'm burning right now. These have wooden wicks.
I can't get the lid off.
It's too tight. There we go. It has wooden wicks that burn and flicker and stuff. And the wax is, what is it? Coconut apricot wax, which is much higher quality than soy wax. These are premium candles, and they are D&D scented, like fantasy scents. So each one of them has a fantasy scent. This is Shipwreck Isle, and I have Captain's Quarters. There's tons of them. There's tons of them. We were talking earlier in the stream about if we could get some custom scents. Somebody recommended Orc Sack as a scent. I don't know what that smells like. Probably the contents of an orc sack. Should be giant sack. And then the other custom scent we had brainstormed was NPC's tears, or no, PC's tears, characters' tears. So anyway, maybe if I help her sell enough candles, she'll like make some custom scents for me. That would be hilarious. So anyway, I've been burning these scented candles for like over a year now during my D&D games, my Pathfinder 2 game back there. I'll burn them in the morning when I'm working and stuff. I have a bunch of cats and it helps cover up the pet odor and stuff. So, and my wife has stolen my astral plane candle. Like I had one of these big jars. They come in different sizes, but I had one of these big jars, and I was telling her to pick out some that she liked. So she took astral plane, and she burns that up in the kitchen now from time to time. So anyway, there's a link down in the chat where you can get some Firelight Fables candles. They are super, super amazing. I love these things. Cool stuff. All right. And let's find some more horror stories. Oh, let's see. Where's my screen? Let's go to this guy right here. Let's go back to, we don't need that anymore. Okay. We're just going to scroll through and see if something sounds cool. Here's a medium. DM triggers me for a cool story moment. Let's see what that's about. Somebody got triggered. That's almost as long as the long one. This was a while ago during one of my first campaigns. My boyfriend at the time was DMing an in-person game with me and some friends. Oh, here we go again. Here we go, the girlfriend and the boyfriend. Oh, come on. This is the theme. I think I'm getting the feeling that girlfriends need to stop playing D&D with their boyfriends. Obviously, this is like, it's not survivor bias. This is like horror story bias, I suppose. I guess it's not always bad, but we're getting like a reoccurring theme here. My boyfriend at the time was DMing for my character's backstory. Her family was dead and not in the picture. I had been going to therapy for some resurfaced memories about my family and didn't want to roleplay familial relationships while I worked through it all. Okay, so in person, the player is literally going to therapy for memories about her family and stuff. So she's got some stuff going on. And so she intentionally is keeping that out of the game, her character's backstory, so she doesn't have to deal with it in the game. That's a very smart thing to do. And the DM knew this and said he understood. That turned out to be a lie. I hope you kicked him between the legs. Man, I feel like this is going to be my reoccurring advice. Girlfriends, if your boyfriend does something horrible and sleazy to you, you actually probably shouldn't do that. That's actually like very bad. I'm just so sick of boyfriends doing horrible, sleazy things to their girlfriends, you know? You should treat them with respect and dignity and honor and crap. Like, whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to treating... Oh, okay. I guess this is the new society we live in. I'm old. I guess I'm old. At some point, he decided my character's dad survived and was still defending an abandoned temple, Hiro Onoda style. I don't even know what that means. It's probably a pop culture reference or something. So now your dad's alive when you said that he was dead. I was never warned. The reason being there's no way my character would have known, so as a player, didn't need to. No, not when you've already intentionally told your game master why you did the thing, and there's actually literally something going on in your life. It's like, no, man. Dude. So I was in a game once where there was a player, I wasn't the game master, but there was a player who had some real issues with any type of violence toward children. Understandably so. And so we went out of our way to make sure that like there was no portrayal of violence against children, right? Not even close, right? Which is reasonable, you know. So and it's a reasonable request, you know. Like nothing even close to that, guys, because it causes big problems for me. Okay, we can respect that. So if somebody tells you something like that, you don't intentionally put them in that situation. That's like a total scumbag move, you know. And this is supposedly your boyfriend. Does your boyfriend hate you? Like, this is stupid, man. Anyway, let's keep going. The party met him, the character's dad, and he was happy to reunite with his daughter. It was uncomfortable to say the least. Crap really hit the fan when my character defended an innocent from him. He turned on her and tried to kill her, calling her a traitor. So now the character's father is trying to kill her. Good gravy. And Mr. Boyfriend, you don't think this is going to cause a problem. She's literally going through therapy for family stuff, and this is what you're putting in the game. He deserves like a punch in the face or something, man. People wouldn't do this if there were consequences for being scumbags. She and the party were forced to kill him. Oh, now they had to kill the character's father. The DM decided to roleplay this in excruciating detail, complete with yelling across the table in character. Good gravy. What is wrong with this guy? Remember that stuff I was in therapy for? Well, it turns out when you're suddenly forced to roleplay it in a tabletop game, it screws you up a bit. Again, I was dating the DM at the time. He knew exactly why I was in therapy. Wow. So he made you replay one of the things that you were in therapy about. Oh. Why?
I take back what I said. Kick him between the legs. He probably deserves it at this point. He needs to learn not to treat people like that. And I don't know any other way besides extreme physical violence to get that across to somebody like this. Like, what is wrong with the person that they do this? I'm just a bad person, I suppose. I resort to violence. I don't fully remember the rest of that session. People said I got really into the roleplay and just shut down after. Only one person at the table realized something was off, and it wasn't the DM. The DM actually came up to me excited after the session and asked if I liked it. I didn't. He was upset and went home to smoke about it. Yeah, he was probably on stuff too during the game. Any surprise? Any surprise? He was upset at it. It took a week and an extra therapy session to process what happened. Good freaking gravy. When I confronted the DM about it later, he argued it was a cool story moment and figured it would help me get over my family stuff. He was pissed and figured it would help me get over my family stuff. So you think you're gonna play therapist in a DM game? Dude, you're not a therapist. Come on, man. Come on. He was pissed I was still upset, as he had done nothing wrong according to himself. Everybody's the hero of their own story. Everybody's the hero of their own story. As a consolation, he said my character could switch subclasses. That's a consolation. How about as a consolation, I can break up with you and never see you again? How about that? That would probably make me much happier. I mean, specifically, she could switch to her dead dad subclass. Goodness. Both relationship and campaign didn't last much longer. Though strangely, this wasn't the incident that ended it either. I'll probably post about the campaign ending event another time. I don't know why. Why did you stay there? Why? Okay, listen, this should be like a rule. If you post about something that happened to you in the RPG horror story subreddit, you should leave the campaign. Like, there's no reason to stay. The moment you think that it's post-worthy on RPG horror stories, that should be the first indication that you should leave the campaign and never go back. Too long didn't read. Asked to avoid role-playing things related to trauma I was actively recovering from. DM lies and forces my character into it anyway. Expects a pat on the back for good storytelling. He deserves a kick between the legs, in my opinion. I hope he gets what's coming to him. Good freaking gravy. You said no familiar relationships, and his response was to make you roleplay a familiar relationship when you then have the nerve to get upset when you weren't thrilled. How do you think that ignoring your one simple request would help? It's probably for the best that you don't remember the session, and it's definitely for the best that the relationship ended. Yeah, then you're talking about repressed memories and stuff. I don't know. I'm not a therapist. I guess there's probably a reason your brain represses that crap. But I don't know. Yeah, that's gross. Acknowledging a player's boundary and then blatantly violating it is the worst kind of GM behavior. Yes. It's good to hear you're not dating them anymore. I'm gonna nitpick, but you spelled here wrong. Good gravy. It's not even like it's not like you didn't give consent. You blatantly told them no and they did it anyway. It's so screwed up, man. Josh says self-awareness and empathy are lost arts these days. They are. Self-awareness and empathy. Well, people don't. The difficult thing is that real human interactions are less frequent in society, especially among young people. Like real human interactions where you're talking with people in person and you're in social situations in person. You know, most of the time, everything is happening right here, constantly, all the time, constantly. And so you're losing things like self-awareness, and you're losing things like empathy and handling social situations and knowing how to navigate these things because we aren't in person with people. You know, our relationships aren't there. Everything's distance online, you know, and it's on our phones and stuff like that. And I think you see consequences, you see results of that in our society. You definitely see results of that. And this isn't just an old person saying this because when I was a boy, we had to. No, like I'm on my phone all the time. I do business online. I'm always online on my phone. I'm working. You know what I mean? But like, there's no substitute for real relationships in person when you're hanging out with people and learning to navigate social situations in person and stuff. You know, like there's a whole slew of societal problems that are probably largely not maybe a direct result or indirect result or something from some of these tendencies in our society to just be on our phones all the time and not have real world interactions with people. You know, it's crazy, man. So yeah, I think there's a reason some of this stuff happens, you know. Captain Hawden says, I have an Iraq war veteran in my game. I'm certainly not going to dig into any trauma there. No, man. No, dude. It's crazy. Any horror stories where we have two perspectives? Not very frequently. No, there was one we found. It was a couple streams ago or so that we found one where we had two different perspectives posted. But most of the time you're going to get one-sided stories. It's just the way it is. And I fully know that I am 100% very, very, very aware of the human tendency to, when you tell your story, you skew things so that it benefits yourself, that it puts you in a good light. I am 100% aware of that. I know that that's how people do things. You know, like the only way to know what really happened is to listen to both sides, and then the truth is maybe somewhere in between. Maybe. I understand this, you know, but it's just the nature of these things where you're only going to get one side. You know, it's rare to get both sides. But I totally understand that. So it's possible that people are exaggerating. It's likely people are exaggerating, but not necessarily. You know, not necessarily. Some people are honest and truthful, and I believe that some of this crap happens. I think it does. You know. Now, I also know that there are people that are literally chasing karma on Reddit. Like, this is a thing people do, and they behave on Reddit in order to get karma and all this kind of stuff. It's a social media site, so this is what people do, you know. So I understand that too. So people could be doing that. I don't know, but I know that there are scummy human beings in this world, lots of them, and so I don't doubt that people do this crap. It's still always a little bit crazy to hear it, you know. But anyway, Squeaky's getting his belly rubbed. Oh, where'd my stuff go? Dungeon Master Bob, what's up, dude? Let's see if I can hang with the cringe. Oh yes, there's some cringy. We've had a couple really cringy stories in a row so far. Yeah. Why would you want to play therapist as the Dungeon Master? You've already got enough other crap to worry about. Yeah, I don't want to play therapist ever as a Dungeon Master. In fact, that's one of my mantras. I am not a therapist. I'm not a therapist. You know, I'm not. And my D&D game, my Pathfinder 2 game, whatever, is not a therapy session. It's not, you know. And if somebody's got some stuff they're going through, like, I'm going to respect whatever boundaries they have, you know. And if they're bringing their crap to my game, though, I'm not a therapist. I'm not there to solve their problems, you know. So they got to leave their crap at home or something, too, because I'm not a therapist. I'm not there to help you. Man, I'm just there to play games and have fun like everybody else. Captain Hawden says, my wife is in my game. I would not want to roleplay her dad. I don't know what that means, dude, but wow. Dirty White Llama says, I have plenty of karma on Reddit. I never tried to get any. I don't even know what it's good for. It's a way to measure yourself against others. Like, look at my karma is longer than your karma. That's all it is. I don't know that you can get anything from it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can, but I just know that. I mean, it's the same thing. Like okay, look at this. So like people who have Instagram accounts or TikToks and stuff, you know, like they want likes and follows, you know, and that's some way to like measure yourself against others. Like, I have more likes than you do, and I have more followers than you do. You know, if you're not like a business or somebody who makes money doing it and gets their livelihood from it, then it's irrelevant, you know. Now, if you're like an influencer and you literally get paid like, you know, proportionate to how many like likes or views you get on stuff, because a lot of times that's, you know, impressions are what you get paid on, and that determines the rate that you get paid, like then okay, then you want that stuff because it's literally your paycheck, you know. But if you're just a normal person, you know, just making Instagram posts or making TikTok posts, like, why do you want likes and follows and stuff? Oh, because you can measure yourself. It makes you feel good, you know, your self-esteem and stuff like that. Like, look at this, I got a whole bunch of likes on that, you know. So, and you have a whole lot to show for yourself, I suppose. But anyway, it's one of those societal measuring games that we play to see to prove that we're better than at least some people out there or something. I don't know. Yeah. Dirty White Yama says longer. I wonder what you're implying people are measuring here. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty clear implication. Yeah, it's just stupid measuring stuff that people like. I'm better than you are. Look at this. All right, Squeaky. You've had enough. All right. I'm gonna play a video. I'll be back in a second. I don't know what this says. Have fun.
Hello, Barbarian here. I'm interrupting your regularly scheduled program with a very important announcement. Now, some of you have been watching the DM Lair for years now, and others of you are new here. And if you're new, that's okay. And if you're really old and you have like gray hair or no hair at all, I mean, that's okay too. We do not participate in ageism around here. In fact, this is an ism-free zone. There are like absolutely no isms around here. In fact, if your name ends in ism, you should leave now. Wait, you know what? Just to play it safe, if you have any of the following letters in your name, you should leave. I, S, or M. Yeah. Anyway, the important announcement. Well, I'm really just going to ask you for money, but I'm going to dress it all up in fancy marketing clothes so that you'll never even realize that I'm manipulating your fragile emotions to make a quick buck. Trust me, this will be the world's best sleazy plug. Won't you please consider becoming a DM Lair patron at the link below? You see, my team and I work really hard to publish Lair magazine every month for our beautiful patrons. And when we don't have enough patrons, well, revenue dips. And when revenue dips, we have to do cutbacks. And well, that's really sad. You see, people always blame companies when they have to do cutbacks, but really it's your fault as the consumer for not buying all their crap. Or it's because they're trying to maximize shareholder value for stockholders. Or, you know, the C-suite could just have their heads up their butts because, you know, that happens a lot. Anyway, I'm not just asking you to throw your money into a hole. When you become a DM Lair patron, you're going to get cool stuff every month. 5th edition adventures, monsters, traps, puzzles, magic items, digital maps, and more. So, if you don't want me to have to fire Penguin Butt and Goliath Cleric, become a DM Lair patron today at the link below. Oh no, I just realized that I have an I in my name. Barbarian has an I in it. I guess I'm gonna have to fire myself. Bye now.
I made those skits like a couple years ago or something. I don't even remember what they say. Was that the one that I was just asking for money or something? Dirty White Llama? Josh Kilburn says the C-suite has their heads up their butts. I've lived through that. Oh, they do. The C-suite usually does. It's crazy. Heads up their butts. And it's all like, oh, I can't. The last company I worked for, man, I couldn't take. I'd be in meetings with people from the C-suite. Or many times it was just like VPs and directors. It's like, there's something that happens. Like, there's normal people who do work, you know, and then managers who, like, you know, manage them and stuff. But it's like, as soon as you get past the managers and you get to like the director level or the VP level, that's when it's like, I feel like at the way, one of the ways to get promoted to a director is when you talk, it doesn't make any sense. You need to learn corporate speak, right? This way of talking where you're saying something without saying anything, you know, but it makes you sound really intelligent, I guess, or like, I don't know, but there's this thing that happens, like, you know, in order to get director or VP, you need to learn this corporate speak thing, you know.
which nobody really understands except for maybe the other people, or maybe none of them understand. Maybe it's just corporate speak and nobody understands it. But there's a thing you got to do. But I'd be in these meetings with like VPs and stuff, and there's this gobbledygook coming out of their mouths, and I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm a tech writer, or I was a scrum master, and I'm like, I don't know. We're just getting work done around here, and I don't know what you're talking about. No, I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's crazy. This is crazy, stupid crap, But we'll get our work done, and you just make all of your money doing, I don't know what you do, but okay, yeah.
All right, let's find another horror story. Join the giveaway. Join the giveaway, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to draw the winner to the giveaway in about a half an hour when the stream ends. It is $50 at DM Lair store credit. You get $50 to spend on our store, get cool books and other things that we have. Lots of 5th edition and Pathfinder 2 resources out there for you. So you'll want to join that. It's 100% free. Also, don't forget to check out Firelight Fables candles. This one and this one are two of my favorite scents. Dungeon Delve and Realm of Shadow, and Squeaky wants you to buy him as well, I think. Firelight Fables candles, they have tons of scents, tons of fantasy scents for your D&D games, your tabletop RPG games. And these are wooden wicks. They are apricot coconut wax, which is super high quality, does not irritate you, cause problems and stuff. And dude, they smell really good. It sure beats like, glue and stuff. So, get some cool smelling candles. They're really nice. Let's see if we can get a chat for the candles in the chat as well, if we can. Please, good sir. All right. Oh. Ray says, honestly, sometimes the tactic is to just confuse everyone, but be so confident that they think they're the ones who are stupid. We had this one director who came in, and he was directly over my team, and this guy was clueless. He started as a consultant first. This guy was clueless, man, clueless. He didn't know his butt from a hole in the ground, man. And he had his head up both. It was crazy. Oh my gosh. Classic gobbledygook. And there was another director who was like working with my team, and she ate up every word he had to say. It was the craziest, stupid stuff. We wasted so much time. We wasted so much man hours and work doing stupid bullcrap that he dreamt up and stuff. Oh my gosh, what a turd. Anyway, he made a lot more money than I did. Who knows why? Probably politics and social maneuverings and crap. I don't know. He talks corporate speak and I didn't. I don't know. All right, let's find some horror stories we can read. Woo! Oh, I'll put the link to it. I don't see one. There we go. Those are the candles. Where is this? Let's get rid of that one. Okay, lying about rolls. I mean, you're lying about dice rolls. I mean, let's see what this says. How long is this? It's not that long. Lying about rolls. Hi again. How do y'all deal with someone clearly lying about their rolls in an online session? In my current campaign, we are totally 100% online. Most of our players live very far apart. So oh shoot, what am I doing? I got the wrong one. There we go. This is the right one. Most of our players live very far apart. We don't have the opportunity to play in person. The person in question, of course, does not have a webcam and also refuses to use an online dice roller to show his rolls. This is a very simple solution. If you think he's cheating, then you tell him to use an online dice roller. And when he's like, no, I'm not doing it, you say, well, okay, well then you're not playing the game with us. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. But if you're not going to use a dice roller, then it's all over. Well, I'm not playing the game then. Well, then don't play the game. Good luck, sir. Good luck, good sir. It has an easy solution. Easy solution. I, for instance, don't like to have my webcam on to show my dice, but I use a dice roller that is time-stamped to show my rolls when it is something impactful or anytime I crit. Now you must be wondering, how do we 1000% know this guy is cheating? Over the last 3 months, he has rolled under a 20 2 times. What? Everything is a nat 20 or above 24 total. How does he even think he's getting away with it? I had a player like this once. Every roll of his was super high. We all knew he was cheating. This guy is an old friend of my husband and he is new. But even with me and another player prodding my husband to do something about him, they have still not spoken about it. Yeah, because your husband just wants to, oh my god. This is the problem with playing with friends. Because now you won't do anything about it because, oh, he's my husband's friend. So we're not going to do anything. We're going to let him just keep cheating. I hate that crap. I hate that crap. It has gotten so blatant that me and another player take bets every time he has to roll to see what iteration of 24 to 27 he rolls this time. Last night, I finally blew up on my husband over it, after said guy rolled 3 crits over 3 turns and also rolled a 6 out of a 6 on each of his sneak attack dice. I told him that I just don't even want to play in that campaign at this point because homie is just soloing the world. I'm hesitant to just leave because this is a long campaign that this guy is only recently-ish added to, and it feels like all the party's hard work and role building is going to waste. I feel super stuck and it's just ruining the fun for everyone. I would just mass exodus as players. Talk with your players, talk with the other players. This is what I would do. If your game master, who's the game master? Your husband? Who's the game master? Who's the idiot game master who won't take care of business? I don't know. I think it might be the husband. If you were in a situation where one of the players is doing anything horrible, I suppose, and the game master refuses to do anything about it, then you can leave the game, but better than that, talk to the other players and be like, listen, do you guys like this? Nope. Just like mutiny. Get the other players to leave with you. And leave the game master with the one player who sucks. And because that's what should happen. If a game master will not take care of business and get rid of a bad player so that everybody's game experience can be better and not suck, then that game master deserves to be left with that bad player. And all the good players can leave and find a game somewhere else. Like, show him, make a point. Show him what's up and be like, listen, you won't do this, but we all hate this. And we hate it so much that we're all leaving your game. We're all leaving your game. And there you go. And then he can keep playing with that one player, his friend or something. So I don't know. That's probably not a nice thing to do, to like inspire or ask the other players to mutiny, but he kind of deserves it. He wants to hang out with his friend who cheats all the time and he's willing to let him ruin the campaign. Well, then leave the campaign. It's like, what are you going to do? Just put up with it and sit there? No, man. Just leave. I would leave. I would totally leave. I would probably ask other players too to leave, and then we can find a different game together, or one of us could be a game master. Edit. He is a rogue, but he rolls like for everything. Attacks, medicine, athletics, animal handling, literally any dice roll. Well, yeah. I mean, it's D&D 5th edition. Anybody can roll for anything. And as long as you roll high enough, you're usually going to succeed. And since he never rolls below like a 16 or something, he's always going to succeed. So of course he's going to roll for everything. 5th edition doesn't have any concept of training or having to be proficient in something to succeed. You can know nothing about magic, but if you roll a 19, you're going to know something about that spell that was just cast. It is the stupidest, most dumb, hay-brained, ridiculous. It's stupid. It's just stupid. It's one of the things that really irks me about 5th edition. Edit 2. I took my lunch break early and called my husband. The DM. Oh, so your husband is the DM. You need to talk with him. Look it, my wife wants something, my wife usually gets it. Okay? You need to do the same stuff. It's okay. I know that's the way the world works. If my wife wants it, she gets it. So you need to do the same stuff. Make your husband wake up. We are moving to open roles as he is also frustrated with all this. And if he fails to comply, he's being sent packing. Okay, good. Thank you everyone for making me confident in approaching this. Yes. Yes. Okay, so your husband, the DM, is going to make everyone roll openly. That is good. That's 100% what you should do. Now, I want a follow-up post. Who is this? Rosen Quartz. Rosen Quartz. We need a follow-up post. So this was from 2 days ago. I respectfully request that you let us know what happens. I want to know what happens. Does this guy agree to go to open roles or does he leave? I want to know what happens. And if he goes to open roles, I need to know, does his crazy luck continue or does it change? You've got to tell us, please. You have to tell us. I want to hear the story of this cheater being found out. I bet he leaves the game. I bet he just leaves the game. I want to know what happens to this cheater. You got to tell us, Rosen Quartz. Come on, don't let us down. We know who you are on Reddit. We'll just keep asking. Be nice to her. Don't be mean to her, people. I'm just being playful. I'm just being playful. But you got to tell us what happens. You got to tell us what happens. As a standard practice, I would never allow anyone to roll without the GM seeing. Online, there was no excuse for you to see it. Yeah, there's no excuse. No excuse. To be honest, I just want to kick him out. Yeah, I would too. I would want to kick him out as well. I'm going to talk to my husband and give him a wake-up slap. Yes, give him a wake-up slap. Give him a wake-up slap. Because you are totally right, that's ridiculous. Yes, give him a wake. I 100% support a wake-up slap. You know what my wife does? This is what my wife does. Like, I'm always playing around and goofing around and doing stupid stuff and making whatever. And what my wife will do is she'll go like this. And she'll wait until it sounds right. Like she's waiting for this particular sound. She'll be like, binga, binga, binga. And then I'll lean forward and then she'll be like, ah, then she'll be like, that sounded good. That was a good one. And then I'm released. So yes, give him a wake up slap. We have historically only shown roles that are crazy and impactful because everyone has just been honest. Nah, yeah. I don't worry about showing roles either. I don't really care to see my players' roles, and I mean, I roll behind the DM screen. But there are two players that sit to my right and left that can see all my rolls if they look, you know. And a lot of times what I do in my Pathfinder 2 game is when I roll a nat 20, like one of the players, usually the player to my right, Joe usually sits there. I'll be like, Joe, look. And Joe will be like, I don't want to look. Because every time I roll a nat 20, I'm like, look. And he's like, no, I don't want to. One time Kevin was sitting there right to my right, and Kevin was like, I'm not looking at your dice, no. I think he thought that like when he looked at my dice, it was like his looking is what made it be a nat 20 or something. So I think you're right, Nixon. I think he'll just leave. He's not going to show his rolls because he knows he's been cheating. He's just going to leave. And he probably will. He knows too that the only reason that we're coming down with this rule that everyone rolls in the open is that he's been cheating and he's being called out on it. He'll know that. Yeah. Noob D&D Dad says, hey y'all, I just passed my 60 sessions that I've DM'd. Also, my channel just hit 600 subscribers. Thank you, DM Lair. Your content has been helpful. I love DMing. Yay! We're gonna look you up now. We're gonna look you up. Let's see. See if we can find you. What, you're on YouTube? We're gonna look you up. What? What is that? Hold on a second. I found something else on YouTube that I wanted to watch. let's go over here. Let's go over here. Hold on a second. What is your name? D&D. What is it? I lost it. Noob D&D Dad. Noob D&D Dad. Let's see if we can find you. There we go. Hey!
If you want to follow me,
Pause. Hey, check it out! Wee! Noob DM for Army vets. Oh, cool. Are you Army vet, dude? My brother's in the reserve. Is he in the reserve? No, he's on the reserve. He's in the. What is he in? National Guard. My brother's in the National Guard, and he served 2 tours in Iraq. The first one he was in Kuwait, and the second one he was in Iraq, and their base got attacked several times while he was there. So sweet, there we go. Noob D&D Dad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, go over to him. Here, let's get you all over here. There. Go say hi to him. Go follow him or something. Give him a few more. What's this? Baking a cake for 100,000. Taylor got 100K. Are you kidding me? Pause this. She is. She's at 100K. Oh, sweet. I didn't know she got to 100K. Oh, that's sweet. That's really cool. This is another. She does cool stuff too. This is another one you guys should go follow. Taylor's Tavern Tales. Here, I'll throw this down there. Go follow her stuff too. Her stuff's pretty cool. She hit it yesterday? Oh, that's so cool. I need to send her an email then. Go give her a few more. That's sweet. I didn't know she had that many subs. That's crazy. Wow. That's super cool. That is super cool. Yeah, go follow her, guys. And Noob D&D Dad, let's try to give him up to 1,000. Let's give him some. It took me 2 years or something. It took me a long time to get to 1,000. It took me forever. It's a long time. I was grinding for like 2 years before I got to 1,000 subs. It was crazy. Wait, no, was it 2 years or? It took me forever to get to 1,000 subs, man. Yeah, I think it was 2 years. I think it was like 2 years of me making videos before I got to 1,000. It was crazy. Oh, so I know what that feels like. All right. Hey Luke, I'm curious about your opinion on using AI tools to help create items, compile notes, and other things. I like to come up with a base idea and use AI to help flesh it out. What are your thoughts? That's what I do. That's exactly what I do. AI is ChatGPT is what I use. It's a very useful tool for researching things, for getting more information, for giving you a list of ideas or brainstorming stuff. You know, like it's really good at just generating creative crap and just spitting out a whole bunch of ideas that you can then be like dun, 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 think and then pick and stuff, you know, like, or you might be like, all right, there's a chest full of trinkets, you know, list 10 different trinkets that are inside this chest. Boom, list, done. You know, it's very, very useful. It's very useful. Yeah. Yeah, you can't just take whatever it spits out at you and use it necessarily. You know, it needs to be filtered through a human brain, but it works a lot. All right, let's find another one. I did not know she had hit 100,000. That's crazy. Wow. All right, let's go to this one here. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Split screen. Oh crap. Oh, poopity poop. I just pushed some wrong buttons and my stuff got messed up. Where? All right. We already did this one. I'm just trying to find. All right. Extra long. We're not going to do an extra long one. Realization of DM privilege. Oh, what is this person gonna say? Oh my gosh. Realization of DM privilege. So lately I've been diving through the seas of RPG horrors that are presented here on this fine subreddit, as well as other places on the interwebs. And through so many of these absolutely bonkers tales, I can't help but wonder why. Why would so many apparent decent DMs put up with or allow some of the actions and things that so many of these complete psychopaths do? That's a great question. It's crazy. I wouldn't put up with it. I immediately fall into the trope of imagination as to how I would have handled that. And it hits me. Yeah, I have DM privilege. Oh, really? Why? Why, dude? I'm a fairly big, burly male DM who, while I try to be unfailingly polite, won't tolerate someone trampling on the person's rights or feelings. And I have on occasion used my loud voice to break up fights or arguments between players at the table. After being able to immediately stop someone from abusing another merely by your presence is amazing, and I really take that for granted sometimes. Dude, I've known very small, unintimidating people that can hold their own. It's a personality trait, dude. It's a personality trait. It's not just because you're big and burly, man. It's not because you're big and burly. I mean, it probably helps. You don't have to be. I'm not advocating white knighting or sticking your nose in where it doesn't belong. But if you're DMing another player is crying because of something another player is saying or doing, grow a spine and say something to help. Yeah, yeah. People should grow spines and say stuff. You don't have to be able to squish them to stop them. No, you don't. You don't. Rant over. Thank you for listening. I really do hope your game is safe. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Okay, whatever, dude. You don't have to label it as DM privilege. You can just make a point without making it that. Okay? You can do that. It's possible. Let's see. Extra long? I don't think I have time for extra long ones. A Vampire the Masquerade horror. I have heard some really horrible things about Vampire the Masquerade. How long is it? We could probably get through this one. Let's see how this one goes. No way, Taylor. That's what I'm talking about, Goliath. The last time I saw Taylor's channel, she wasn't anywhere close to 100K. Yeah, she was like under 20K, and now she went over 100K. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I was so surprised when I saw her at 100K, because like I remember finding her content like, I don't know, a couple months ago or something. And then, because I started doing horror story stuff like this one, and then her stuff started showing up on my feed, you know. And then I noticed that, oh, you know, she had like 20K or something, whatever. And I was like, okay. So then today when it's like 100K, I'm like, what? Like, did I misremember how many subs she had? Because now she's got a lot, you know. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And that's what happens to channels sometimes. Sometimes you're just going along, doing your thing, and then something explodes. It explodes. That happened to my channel. I was around like, I don't know how many. I had under 5,000 subs. I can't remember the specifics. And then I had a video that just took off, and then all my other videos did really well. And then I gained like crap tons of subs very fast. And then everything was just, yeah, so it happens. Sometimes your channel is just kind of like along or slowly growing, you know, and then it just goes and things go crazy. It's what can you say? You know, did you suddenly start making better videos overnight? No, the algorithm started to reward you for some reason. For some reason, the algorithm decided to put your content in front of a bunch of people. Now, probably more than likely it's because you were making good content, right? Like YouTube wants you to watch more YouTube. So they usually don't recommend bad content to people because people won't watch it. They recommend content that people are going to watch. And so if the algorithm does start throwing your stuff out there, you know, and you get some traction, it's because you're doing good work. You're making good videos and people are watching them. That's the only reason, you know. Now, are there lots of people making good videos that don't get traction? Yep, that happens too. But if you're making trashy, crappy videos, you're probably not going to get surfaced. All right, let's see if we can read this story. Hey, this is my first post to this subreddit, although I've been a big fan of content like Den of the Drake for a while. Hope this works. I don't know what that is. So a bit ago, I've been trying to get into VTM, Vampire the Masquerade, and I fell in love with its fun lore of the different clans and the whole edgy Machiavellian schemer feel. So I looked at the internet for games and eventually found one, chatting with the storyteller. Let's call him Mike, fake name, since calling him storyteller or ST feels funny. So Mike gave me the basic premise, which was really cool, and asked me what character concept I'd be with. I mentioned that I was really new to this whole system, but I was excited. I had an idea, which I thought was pretty great, about a Machiavellian marksman who felt an obsessive compulsion need to riggedy structure everything to keep out the insanity that is the base of Clan Malakavan. Mike liked the idea and mentioned that we were playing, oh, this is so much backstory, Akela, middle-aged vampires who are between years and years. Then he asked me how much XP I wanted to start with, telling me I had to decide. Oh gosh. I got nervous since while I had tried to learn more, I was much shakier in the system and didn't know too much. So I looked things up and somehow got 35 XP. He asked me if that was my final answer and I got nervous and said no. I then asked if I could learn what other people had chosen or what he felt was a good amount. He said no and that I had to pick. Why does it matter what XP you pick? I asked the question in Vampire the Masquerade Discord, but no one was answering, and I really liked the premise. So after a bit more frantic research, I arrived at 65 XP and he said that was okay and gave me the invite to the Discord. It was the kind that had been around for a year or so and hosted multiple games. I joined, said hi to a few people, and learned about their characters. Then I noticed something. A big announcement in the info section that said everyone was starting with 220 XP, more than 3 times my starting XP. I asked Mike about this and he said that was just for players who were already server members. There were 2 other players like me and one picked 150 and the other picked 200. I asked him why he was having players picked in the first place and he said that it was funny to see what people picked. So he's an idiot. I also asked if I could change my XP to be more in line with the rest of the coterie. He said, no, you picked it, you play it. You picked it, you play it. At this point, I was ready to argue with him, but I had to go make dinner. I mean, you gotta make dinner, dude. You have to make dinner, okay? 100% priority over arguing on a Discord. I support that decision. After some delicious pasta frittata, that sounds like something you get at Olive Garden, I came back to find that someone, I hate Olive Garden, by the way. I hate Italian food, by the way. It's just pasta. It's just it's carbohydrates and fat. It's like, where's the steak? Where's the big fat chunks of juicy steak? You know, give me that. I don't think they have cows in Italy. That's why it's all pasta. Anyway, I don't like pasta. Do not like pasta. Where was I? At this point, okay, after some delicious pasta, I came back to find that someone had responded to my initial query. The XP range for an ancillary is 75 to 200. I was starting lower than the bare minimum, and he had been okay with me having 35. That's because he's a turd. I brought this up with Mike and asked him if I could have at least the minimum XP being 10 more. He said fine, but in exchange for this special bonus at one dramatic time of his choosing, I'd suffer a massive failure. This worried me, so I decided against it and began building. A bit aggravating, but I'm a people pleaser willing to take a lot. Mike said that we'd start once everyone submitted our sheets, and one by one we did. When I submitted mine, someone asked why my XP was so low. Mike said that was because that was as much I asked for, and it'd be cruel to give him unwanted XP. Yeah, that would be. It would be cruel. This pissed me off, although I haven't left the group yet. I don't think I'll be playing with them. I'm looking into other games and have found some ones much more promising. They've been understanding that I'm a new player and most crucially, haven't made me request XP. Yes. Too long didn't read. Storyteller makes me decide how much XP I want to start with. I'm unexperienced, so I pick a lower number than the minimum. Storyteller refuses to let me have more than jokes about it. Yeah, he's an idiot. I mean, you ran into a jerk, you know. I don't know if this is a horror story, but you definitely ran into a jerk. He's a jerk, and you're going to be better off playing a different game. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know what it is about Vampire the Masquerade, but it really seems to attract a lot more deranged, power-tripping GMs per capita than other TTRPGs. Really? That as well? Interesting. Vampire the Masquerade was the first game I played, but I wanted to defend it. But you're right. Wow. Combine the edginess, the focus on drama and character, and the classic nerdy myopia towards other people, and you get a recipe for some really nasty storytellers. I have heard from people that have been involved in Vampire the Masquerade that there's tons of politicking that goes on too that really ruins the game. So now I really want pasta. You can't have pasta. You need to have steak. Don't eat pasta. Pasta's just garbage. I don't like pasta. I'll tell you, a steak and a potato, a baked potato with like butter on it and salt and pepper. Oh, so good. So good. Man. Is there a best game ever Reddit thread? Oh, I have no idea. There might be, but I doubt that people read it. Like, human psychology is such that we are attracted to bad news and horror stories. That's what sells. This is why the news programs and news always emphasizes the bad stuff that's happening in the world, you know, constantly all the time. And this is why, like, if you make like a video and you call the video, you know, 10 mistakes you're probably making, you're going to get way more views usually than if you say 10 tips to improve your X. You know, people are just interested in negative stuff. People have a propensity to be drawn to the negative. It's just the way it works, which is why horror story subreddits, you know, have a lot of people on it. But I don't know. Mr. Spicy says, I haven't had pasta or that kind of carb in over 2 months, but it's definitely helped me lose weight. Yeah, it will. You get rid of all that garbage. Horse garbage. My diet says I'm supposed to eat 1,700 more calories today. I'm probably going to have pasta and steak. Oh, just to spite me. Well, if you're having steak, it's excusable. At least you're having steak. Yeah. Oh, Philip Ketchup. What's up, dude? How you doing, man? Ribeye is like the best steak too. Ribeye is where it's at. 100% ribeye all day long. I always order the ribeye. Usually we order a bone-in ribeye because for whatever reason, the meat that's next to the bone, there's something about bones, man, that just make the meat taste better. I can't explain it, but you get the bone-in ribeye. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. So good. It's a mount. I've lost 40 pounds, Luke. You have? Sweet, dude. That's awesome. What did you say you were doing? Nixit, what are you doing? New York Strip is a close second for me. Yeah, I've heard New York Strip. What's the other one? The one that they usually like slow roast. Tender. What do they call that? There's another type of steak that's usually slow roasted. And it usually comes with a sauce, an au jus sauce that goes over top of it. What is that one called? Prime rib. Thank you. There you go. Prime rib. So a good prime rib is nice too, but I've been hit and miss on prime ribs. We've gotten prime ribs before that were kind of like meh. Well, to be fair, we've gotten steaks before that were meh as well. Actually, there's only one place we go to for steaks. Most other places have horrible steaks. I remember I was once invited to a fancy restaurant by a guy, and it was like $100 steak. I crap you not. It was $100 steak. And my $30 steak from Texas Roadhouse, way better than this $100 steak. My wife and I, like, we don't go to fancy restaurants. We every time we've been like, let's go to a fancier restaurant, the food's always been horrible. And we're like, why are we paying extra money for bad food? Let's just go to Texas Roadhouse or Meat or some place that's just like, you know, where you gonna get good food. Pay $100
for a plate of food, and it sucks, man.
Porterhouse. I'm not familiar with porterhouses. Oh, okay, that's fair. Next it. Goliath Cleric. Picanha is the best steak. I will hear no objections. I don't even know what that is, dude. Yes, Slaughterhouse Floor, Texas Roadhouse. It's the bomb. My wife and I go to Texas Roadhouse at least twice a month. At least twice a month. Probably closer to 3. They know us. They know us. They recognize us as soon as we arrive. Like, yeah, they come here all the time. Longhorn Steakhouse. We don't like their steaks there. We went there once. Yeah, nothing compared to Texas. Hey, Dirty White Llama. Big Fat hamburgers are good too. I love a good hamburger. Five Guys, by the way, Five Guys. Those are like some of the best hamburgers I've ever had. Oh, and their fries. No, their fries. Five Guys fries are just mind-bogglingly good. Oh man. Ooh, they're so good. And it's been a while since we've been to Five Guys. We need to go there sometime. Maybe this weekend. Yeah. Oh, DoorDash. I hate DoorDash. Any of those services where people deliver food to you. My wife has told me stories. About what some of these people do. You know. Never gonna have anybody. The only type of food that I'll have delivered to me is pizza for my D&D game, my Pathfinder 2 game, and then I make sure I put a good tip on that so that I'm like, if I give them a good tip, maybe they won't do anything to my food. But I do not trust DoorDashers. Never. I'm never gonna trust them. Nope. I've heard too many stories, and my wife has told me about things that DoorDashers do, and not gonna do it. Never gonna do it. Nope. A lot of the Five Guys in Ohio are closing down. Oh, that's so sad. Oh man. Brittany says, what did Brittany say? I left to put my kid to bed and still came back to y'all talking about beef. I love it. Yeah, I know. It's so good. Man. Oh. Five Guys is exorbitantly overpriced in my opinion. I don't think so. You're getting fresh hamburgers with fresh ingredients and freshly fried fries that are cut from potatoes, you know. The thing is if you're comparing it to fast food like McDonald's and crap, yeah, McDonald's is going to be cheaper, but McDonald's is all frozen garbage, you know, and their French fries are like, they got chemicals in that crap. Those things will stay good for a year, man. Like, no, if you want fresh, good food, you know, then you got to pay for it. If you want garbage that's going to like kill you when you're 45, then yeah, you can go to McDonald's, you know, and you can participate in the obesity pandemic of America, you know, but if you want to like eat good food that's not going to kill you super fast, then you want to avoid places like McDonald's. Look, cheap food is not good food. Cheap food is usually bad for you. That's just the way it is. You know, like Twinkies are cheap and they kill you. Steaks cost more. You know, vegetables and fruits usually cost more than like garbage. You can get flour made garbage and it's cheaper than actual real food. But, you know, what's cheaper usually is bad for you. So, you know. And you're right, Dirty White Yama. Fast food isn't even cheap these days. It's pretty expensive. It's way more expensive than when I was a kid. When I was a kid. All right, we gotta draw the giver. Win away to the giver. Win away to the giver, and then we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna draw the winner to the giveaway, and then we're gonna end the stream here. This is like ending the stream on a good note, talking about meat. That's so wheat. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Cody from Virginia. Cody from Virginia, you have won the giveaway. I will be sending you an email. We will get you hooked up with some cool stuff. Thank you for hanging out with us, everybody. We'll see you next time. Next week, we will have a live stream on Thursday, so we'll see you then. And I'm going to leave now as soon as I find my buttons. Squeaky has literally been here like the whole stream. He's just hanging out with me the whole time. All right.